Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Juan Luna. Let me show you what's inside of my closet here real quick. As you can see, I've got my phone collection right here at the bottom. So let me pull them out and let me go more into the specifics of why they look like this. Alright guys, so I'm using a voiceover here because it was really hot in my room and I had a fan on so I couldn't, couldn't operate. But yeah, so here we got a bunch of iPhones as you can see. Over here we have my prized possession, and on these other two bands we just have a bunch of random Android devices, right? Samsung, Sony, Motorola, LGs, pretty much anything that I got my hands on that I thought was pretty cool, or I just kind of got it left over and didn't want to sell it. I just left it in the bin here, as you can see. Got a bunch of phones, very different conditions. Some of them are pretty banged up. Some of them only are for parts, but they still all have one thing, and that is batteries, right? They still have their lithium-ion battery. So here we got the Samsung Note 2. All right, as you can see, the bottom is completely obliterated, but it still works when you charge it up, and it actually holds the charge for a pretty long time. The only reason these phones are not holding their charge anymore is because it's been more than like 2 or 3 months since I've charged them up. So, and since they are 10 years plus, old, yeah, they're going to struggle. As you can see, the 6S does start up miraculously. Over here we have an LG Velvet. As you can see, it's missing the back. Sometimes I do like to have them pristine, but since that requires me purchasing these parts, and some of the times these parts are actually pretty expensive for what they are, and I'm just like, it's whatever. So here we have Note 5. You can see, look at the bend on this one. Look at the crease, like holy crap. It does start up, but it doesn't show anything on the screen. The screen is black, which I'm assuming is due to the damage. You can see the LG Velvet works perfectly fine. It has like around 50% battery, so yeah, that one holds the charge pretty well, but it's only 4 years old, while the 6S looks like it has died. And yep, that's what happens when there's like almost, I think, 10 years old battery, in there. All right, we got an iPhone 8, a bit newer. I think this battery on this one is brand new. As you can see, the screen is just completely obliterated. There's a chunk missing. This is not the original screen, which is why the chunk is missing. But still a pretty solid phone. I really like the design. I really like how it looks, how it feels, the weight, and how big it is. I just love the Plus phones with the home buttons on there. It's really, really cool. Yep, there it is. Let me see if I remember the passcode here. And well, yeah, there we go. You can see, fully functional. Yeah, pretty cool phone to have. I like iPhones. I like Android. I like iPhones. I like all phones. Pretty much anything technology. I love it because it's just so cool to me. And here we have my prized possession. Let me start up and show you guys what I'm talking about here. It looks like a normal Samsung phone, but it is a Note 7, one of the most explosive devices of, I don't remember what year it was. I think 2016, 2017. I don't recall actually, but really, really awesome phone. So this phone has a replacement battery in it, and yeah, there you go. It's booting up for you. Here we got an iPhone. I think this is 3GS. I am not sure. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, definitely dead battery. There's no way it's going to start up like that, especially that's like 15-year-old. That's a 15-year-old battery almost, I'm pretty sure. And then here we have an iPhone. I think this is an iPhone, not an iPhone, this is an iPod second gen. I don't think this is the first gen, but yeah. And I think we have another one in here somewhere. Yep, there it is. This one's a 8 GB, and it has an engraving on it, which is really, really cool. And I think this one, yeah, there you go. Look at that. That's awesome, by the way. I don't know if you guys, that's amazing to me. I have not charged these phones, so these devices, so like just for it to start up like that is why I love to have these white ceramic bowls here that I'm going to talk to you guys about in a minute. And let's try the BlackBerry. It's not that old of a phone. I mean, what is it, like 2010, 2013 maybe? This is a much more modern phone. Back when BlackBerry had their own OS. It wasn't Android, but yeah, there's no way it's going to boot up. I do remember sometimes starting it from different buttons, but I really don't know where the power button on this one is. Yep, the battery's probably dead. So, yeah, there's no way this thing's going to work. All right. And look at this, 10% battery. That's awesome. It does work. It's just, it doesn't have anything. It doesn't have any information. I think it just has music and stuff. So, really, really cool phone. And look at that. Note 7 has a recalled and banned flights. Isn't that crazy? So this phone does have a replacement battery, a safe battery, a smaller battery than what it came with. So it is, in theory, safe. And here we got a Note 20 Ultra. And I think this is a 6S Edge Plus, I think it is, and a J7, and a bunch of other unknown A-series Samsung devices that are just there. Some of them are for parts. Some of them I've used as parts. Some of them are just extras, but they all have lithium-ion batteries. So let me show you these containers here. Look how thick it is. So this is all ceramic, right? Now, if you guys don't know, the best material to put lithium-ion batteries in is ceramic, because ceramic can withstand super high temperatures, right? And, you know, the outside doesn't get hot, which is what I love about it. And this is the reason why all these phones are in here, because they all have batteries and they all have a risk of expanding and, you know, combusting, right? Which is why I keep them in there. I think that's the best way, you know, especially because I've seen a lot of phones like S8s, especially like Samsung phones, that have just super swollen batteries. It's ridiculous, but this is the way that, you know, I handle the situation personally. I don't know. I want to see how you guys collect your phones. All right. So here I have more footage, right? But yeah, how do you guys collect it? Well, you know, I mean, you know, some people just throw them in the drawers or throw them away or recycle them or sell them. But obviously, as someone that collects them, you need to have a very safe way to be able to put your phones, you know, in. These ceramic bowls, they sell them at Walmart. They are very, very cool. They're very inexpensive as well as other, you know, ways. I think they're only like $8 in my local Walmart, as you could see. Let me show you the label at the bottom so you guys can look at them here. So, yeah. Now, the thing is, this product contains lead. So, that's something I didn't know, and it's actually a utensil holder. So, but look how thick and cool it is. Like, it's super, super sick, honestly. And like I said, they're really inexpensive, and, you know, for a little bit of peace of mind, I'd rather have them there than in a drawer somewhere where they could, you know, especially because I'm charging them, you know, at a very, I guess, continuous rate, you know, compared to other devices, right? But you can see, like, this is what I'm trying to avoid. So you see how packed these phones are in? I'm trying to keep it so that they're not this packed in, so they can actually move. So in you know, the worst case scenario, they expand. One of the batteries tends to expand. They will be safe. They have the you know, they have the distance, and I'm always checking them to make sure, as you can see, that they are good and they are not expanding, because Samsungs are very notorious for this. And even some iPhones, some other phones as well, do this, because that's just the natural way that's how lithium-ion batteries are, right? So here I'm just showing more phones. You can see they're all just beaten up, but some of them still work very, very well, surprisingly, believe it or not. There are all the iPhones there on the floor, and this is where I keep it, right there, so you can see in the closet. It's not the best place either. There's not a lot of ventilation, and as you can see, there is like I don't know what you call it. It's like this like portable shelf on the top that's hanging there. But even in that case, I feel really safe with these ceramic bowls, right? You know, I don't, you know, they have a place to vent if they do, you know, in an unfortunate scenario, burst into flames, right? Which is, you know, God forbid it ever happens. We don't want that. But this is the safest way that I have found to, you know, be effective, right? This is what professional places use, right? To, you know, they use ceramic, obviously different ways, right? And obviously any battery that I do pull out of a phone that has been damaged, which I've had only like maybe one or two that have had that happen, those batteries get taken to a local store that recycles them, and, you know, I make them aware that, hey, this battery has expanded, so be careful. And yeah, you know, they have all their safety precautions. But this is my personal way of storing away anything really with a lithium-ion battery, honestly. that is of risk, right? I do charge these phones to about 80%, not the full 100, because we don't want them to have all of this pretty much fuel, this active fuel in there. We want them to be, to a lower point where they have more room and more flexibility. So I did actually buy another container. So we only had three. I only had three earlier. Now we have four in the video, like in the video. So there will be, spread more apart, and just to have more width, just to make sure if anything happens, we are protected, right? Now, obviously, right now, maybe when I move out, I'll probably have a much more, I guess, better setup. But this is the way I do it. Every couple months, I take them all out. I just look at them. I like to waste time doing that stuff. It's just really cool to me. And I take advantage to charge them up and make sure that they're all, at least battery related, they're all in, they're well off, and put them back in and store them away for the next couple months. So that is the way I do it. This is not permanent, of course. I will update you guys, but let me know if you guys want to see any more of these phones. Maybe you guys want to do like a whole, I guess just go through the collection, maybe. Just ask questions, I guess. Whatever. Let me know in the comments below, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. This video was pretty long. I ran out of footage, so it's just gonna be some still pictures. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you all later.